standing alongside these people.
But you've not come up with one shred of evidence of the allegations you made.
Look, listen, let me tell you what was going on, because you couldn't see it. Just here, and here, when you were standing at Hyde like that, trying to speak when I was heckling you, were guys who were just going to the young Muslim guys in the audience, paedophile scumbag shit, right, over and over and over again, right? That's what you were being protected by, and that is no argument. What they were doing, that's not an argument for anything. It's not not even an extreme right-wing argument.
It's a protest against what they were doing up north.
Can you give me a fight, please? I really need to be thrown out.
Come back to the point again. Why did they not fight?
What? Because between them and the Muslim guys were a row of police who were. Listen to this.
And then they walked out the park. Did they fight there?
Listen, there was a row of police.
Did they fight on their way here?
Were under orders. They were under full. They were in full. I've never seen so many police here in 40 years. That's the most police I've ever seen, especially armed. They were armed.
We had police with guns in the corner.
Yes.
Really?
Tell me there were armed police here. And you know what they were doing? Listen, this is so important. This is so important. Listen. They were. Do you know what? Do you know what they were here for to do? Not to throw you out. That's what, because they were told. The police were told not to throw you out, because if they threw you out, then you'd go, we're thrown out, we're not allowed free speech, but the Muslims are, they can have That's
Tony, I know you go home quite early, and maybe you've not witnessed what's been going on at this corner for the last 2-3 months, because you're not here after dark. You have personally witnessed what has gone on.
It's like 10 people.
When people have been physically walked out, not by police, but by thugs, by intimidating, violent thugs here at Speaker's Corner. Are you aware of that? Week after week after week. It's on video. The people.
Yes, of course it's on video.
Yes, I'm not making this shit up.
They pick you up and they throw you out.
No, they walk you out, they intimidate you out, they bully you out.
Listen,
it happened to Tan twice. It's happened to Raj.
Tan? How can you even? What are you?
Trigger.
Well, no,
Trigger.
Listen, Tan went up to one of those Magaviites, right? Yeah, not Magavi. There's not a gang.
No, guiding a new generation. You're not keeping up to date with Speaker's Corner, Tony. If you don't even know what gang is, guiding a new generation.
Sorry, I spend most of my time on the ladder, so I don't.
You go home early. You don't witness what goes on. If you seriously, Tony.
Right. Well, I listen
not
to
a gang, but guiding a new generation. Is that what you're talking about?
Guiding a new
generation is what they call themselves.
Right, they're the background Marcus Garvey people.
I don't know if they're anything to do with Marcus Garvey.
Okay, what's happened now is I've mentioned something. You've assumed that I'm talking about something else, and now I've lost my argument because you say it's what you say it is.
It's not about winning and losing, Tony. Come on, you're better than that.
Listen, let me tell you what happened. I saw Cam, right, go up, and then I spoke to the guy after, go up to one of those Back to Africa Marcus Garvey people, right, and just go nigger to his face, right, to his face, over and over and over again, hopefully until he got smacked. Then there would be a fight. That is trying to have an argument. That's nothing to do with arguing politics. That's to do with getting yourself punched. And that's what they're doing. They spend, as soon as they come here, they're totally abusive to whoever's around them.
They being this group, which in my list included Raj. Have you ever spoken to Raj? Do you know anything about him as an individual?
I don't know. I don't know their names.
You don't know.
I don't know their names. I say I don't know. And the next bit of the sentence is their names, and then I get pounced on because I don't know, being the first two words I said.
You're commenting on a reaction to something that you're not even aware of.
you talked about them, you need to know at least something about them.
Yeah, but so you're condemning them.
Say
I'm
something.
condemning.
was a
So,
can I talk for
so
1
was
minute?
that right? Did that guy Tan call that guy nigger?
I didn't see it. If
Well,
you tell me,
there's
then
a
I
lot
take
of-
it that it
there's
did.
a
I
lot
take
of
it that it did because I
yes.
think you're a trustworthy individual.
Yes,
I
well
like
they
to think of you
did,
as a
and not
clever
only, and then there's several ex-soldiers who have been continually and repetitively done at football crowds for being hooligans at football, and have been to court several times, many times. Like they're known to be, and they hang, and they were they were defending you. They were standing below you, and what they were doing was going paedophile, Muslim, paedophiles, wankers, paedophiles, cunt. As they were
There are
trying
so
to think.
many videos of this instant on YouTube, and I've not seen that. I've not seen that. And
Well,
believe
look,
me, I've
why
watched
am I so angry with you about it?
Because you're
Because I've
you're
got
trying
no-
to simplify
I had-
something. You're trying to castigate a
Well,
group
there's
of
people
that
here
you
that
don't actually know anything
People
about.
here are nodding while
It was a reaction.
Stephen,
it was a
people
reaction
are
to events
nodding.
that you've just admitted you weren't even aware of.
People are
Decent, good people being
are-
bullied out of this park. You jumped on Tan.
No,
but
no.
You couldn't say that about any of the other individuals.
Well, the only reason.
Speak to Raj, he'll be along
The
later.
only
He'll be more than
reason I
happy to
know
have a
about
chat with
Tan is because every time I see him, he is just so foul-mouthed. He's just
he's
one.
gone now.
It's
He's gone
just
now. He
oh,
won't
he's
be
gone
back.
now, so
He's not in the
so we can
country.
rule him out. Yeah, because they've thrown him out of the country.
Because his visa expired.
Yes, so he's
Don't
through.
jump on the conspiracies, please. His visa's expired.
of the park and when?
It's been done to Raj. When? It's asking. He'll be here in an hour's time.
The only time I saw Raj being hustled out the park, there were about 30 police officers here. I find it difficult to believe someone can actually be bullied when there are 30 uniformed police officers.
But do you? But what? No, seriously, Stephen.
Yes, he's another example. Good example.
What?
Good
Who's that?
example.
No one else got chased out.
Like a Shia Muslim guy called Blade Runner who was chased half around the park. Another good example. I stand with you for bringing that example up.
No one else.
No, I'm
Titans TV, Callum.
Listen, Stephen, I've said to you.
Sarah was on the Osman
Right
warning.
at the beginning.
Sarah had an Osman warning.
Stephen,
Do you not know
right
these things?
at the beginning of this, I said there was two factions. A lot of the Muslims are keeping the extreme ones who are looking for a fight, keeping them tidy, and the other side, there was no, there was. Oh, come on, tell him, John. I mean, what are you saying? No, there's a definite.
You just have to look on the internet. You can see from both sides.
Listen, what you don't understand is I'm on neither side, right? I'm watching. No, of course.
Started branding these people.
Sorry.
Far right and me. The same brush.
And you're
You
not on
started off by
sides.
branding.
Sorry?
I said you're not on sides.
I'm not on side.
clearly are.
It's
You are.
impossible. It's impossible to be on a side because there's two extremes
you
here
commented now,
looking
turn it on
for a
one side,
fight,
let's do the other
and
one.
you are very close to the one lot that are looking for a fight. Right? We were watching some guys they were just so foul mouthed, they were so agitated, they were virtually having bloody epileptic fits because they weren't fighting.
That they didn't have a fight.
Because they were surrounded by police.
They manage it outside Chelsea, outside Millwall. Do you think if they really wanted a fight, they would have had one here?
They were trying very hard.
To get a question, do you think these two groups, extremism Muslim, extremism Tony
For the sake of this argument,
Can I
yes.
just ask a question?
Yes.
Do you think I got theory?
For the sake of
They
reality.
leading by Sam B.
Sorry?
They leading by Sam Boss, the Tommy Robinsons, and this extremism
So what the far
Muslim.
right-
They are having the same divided to conquer, my brother.
Yes,
Coordinated by the
but what
same
I'm saying is
You
neither.
don't know. You know,
Neither
you wasn't
want,
know.
neither want to have
Same
an
ideology.
argument. Neither want to have a clear argument because, as I was saying to you, you were saying that you didn't have free speech, and there was,
Not sure if I did say that.
and you wanted, well, you were asking for
I was asking for one
you were
thing.
demanding free speech. What
I
were
was
you
asking for one
what were you
thing,
asking?
for this place not to be controlled by intimidating, violent bullies.
Well, that's what that's exactly
And
what
that's
I'm
why that
saying.
group of ex-vets was here, and some football.
But ex-vets and football fans, yes.
They were here for the same reason.
Steve,
Really?
for all the
It
10
was a
years...
reaction to the thuggery we've had 2-3 months of.
Steve,
Particularly bad period
whoa.
that you seem oblivious to.
For the last 10 years that I've been coming here documenting it,
Yeah.
there has been a very odious pro-Israeli guy who stands on a stepladder right
Yes,
there
yes.
and
The-
calls,
the
Mu-
vegan.
calls
Yeah,
Muslims
yeah.
stupid
Is he
and
odious?
insults Muslims all
What's his
the
name?
time.
John.
Look, can I get my point now? Can I get my point now? For 10 years he's been coming here,
stop it.
standing up his ladder, insulting Islam, praising Israel, and in that 10 years I've seen him pushed off his ladder once. If that's intimidation and bullying, that a person as obnoxious as him can stand where he stands every single Sunday and be as, but he is obnoxious.
But it
How
doesn't
is he
matter. The
obnoxious?
point is,
He's expressing a view that you
and the
don't agree
point
with.
is, well, he is.
But he doesn't
But
get
I
bullied the way
agree.
you're saying.
But I
People are
agree.
getting bullied
He
and they're scared to
is pushing a view, and there is. We also have to understand. This is Speaker's Corner. The way you argue at Speaker's Corner, because of the nature of it, because of the nature of the heckling, because of the nature of the ever-moving audience, right? You work with controversy. My particular controversy is what I just gave to this man, and he didn't bite particularly, is that I've never fucking worked for 30 or 40 years, right? And I push that forever because I believe in it, and I've got lots of interesting arguments around it, and that's my particular controversy. But every speaker here works with a controversy, apart from who's not learned to do it yet. But anyway, right now
a group of intimidating young men of a certain religious persuasion. Yes, of course there has, and everybody has noticed that.
yeah, but that pro-Israeli guy is within. He is, as John says, within that sort of range of controversy. His controversy is that is Israel right or wrong? Basically, that's what he's saying. He's not even Jewish.
Criticising him for saying that.
Sorry.
Why would you even
Well, because I
criticise him for saying
don't believe in Israel right or wrong.
You
I think.
criticise people.
I think
Right to say what he's saying.
but no, but
Would you argue he has a right to say what he does?
we're saying yes. What we're saying is yes, he has. Yes, he.
But my point was that he stands up his ladder
he's still doing
and he
it.
says,
Yes,
"You
we're
Muslims
saying
are
that
all stupid.
he's done-
Muslims must
yeah.
be stupid."
Yeah.
He insults
Yeah.
Islam for 10 years and he's still here.
Right.
The cowboy, Jesus is cowboy over there. I just heard him basically talking about insulting Islam and saying how it's a bunch of nonsense. He's not being bullied out of
You've
it.
even got a vegan.
Do you think it's correct to say
Listen.
they have not
So-
targeted everyone?
Yes, no.
correct.
What we're
they have
saying.
not targeted everyone.
So the argument is that guy, who's the pro-Israeli guy, is obnoxious, but oh, all right. Listen, in my eyes, he's obnoxious, but within the mode of Speaker's Corner speaking, he's the same as right. He's got a similar view. There's even not.
Steve doesn't think like that.
Listen.
As long as you blame Islam, perfect.
Everything. You've come up with no evidence. Right?
Sorry.
You're making
No,
up on guilty by
listen,
association.
but-
For the last 10 minutes, that's all you've done. So if I'm standing by this guy,
Exactly.
by association,
Not
what
at
you've
all.
just said,
Not
I
at
agree with
all.
everything he says.
You're
That's
not.
what you just did.
No, you're standing.
No,
in.
he did.
That's what he accused me
Okay, I'll
of.
stand here, mate.
No,
That is
he
what he
It's
accused
what
me of.
this
he
whole
accused
started
me
on,
of.
you're accusing me of.
He'd got
This whole
on.
conversation
Listen.
started
It
on
started
this.
off with
Yes.
him saying
Yeah.
by association.
No.
He did everything the far right said. That's all these arguments.
And I'm right, wings, which we'll come back to as well.
I
But he
said.
was up their ladder agreeing with their point.
No, it was his fucking
I
ladder.
said my own thing on the ladder.
Stephen,
told you why he
he
thinks
has to
you're
agree
right
with
wing.
every
No,
single
but
word
I
that
would
was
like to
said.
go back to that
That's
point.
it.
How am I right wing?
Oi, I can't get.
How am I right wing?
Listen, I get the first two words in a sentence out, and he's interrupted
Well,
me.
tell him.
Right.
Let's see how we
Now
go.
tell me.
Come on.
I'll listen.
Come on, no,
And then I will respond.
Why is Steve right wing as far as you're concerned? I think
Because he stood on the ladder.
let's
Well,
get it
Well,
out.
the only evidence.
Let's
get it
get
out.
it
I've got.
I agree with you. Let's get it out.
I've only.
Then maybe they can sort it. Right, come on.
Well, I don't think. I mean, being right wing is not a problem. What is a problem is being associated with and being defended by, seen to be defended by, people who are literally looking for a fight. Honestly, Stephen, just before you got up, the police got hold of that ex-squaddy football hooligan and said, calm down, we're not going to arrest you, calm down, there's nothing you can do that's going to make us arrest you, right? And he was fucking Peter and he was having almost having a fit because no one would fight him, right? Sorry?
Have you got proof of that?
Oh, people saw it, man. It was not difficult.
There were people video recording.
Well, then you're.
I was right by the police when it all
hang on,
happened.
No, this is over. This is over an hour.
I'm defining how I'm right wing.
And at the time, I was called
But no, I tell you why you're right.
Summarising this, right?
I'll tell you why I think he's right wing. I believe Tommy Robinson to be right wing.
So it's association again.
No.
Talk about me.
No, I am talking about you, but you're asking me to give you some sort of why I think you're right wing.
I'd love you to also define how Tommy Robinson is right wing.
Well, because Tommy Robinson and most of you guys, and I don't want to go into a lot of. Hey, is this an argument? Can you start your own meeting somewhere else, please? I'm quite happy.
You need to know this. Because this is the whole great part of this conversation with Tony. Tony will be open with you. Just tell him why you think he's right wing. Let's get it out.
I think you're right wing because I believe the whole thing about Rotherham and paedophiles and Muslims, right? That whole scene is
Please don't say that.
Sorry?
Please don't say
Of course not. I'm not a fucking idiot. No, but what I see there is a very. You're not adults when you're talking about that stuff. You're really not adults. You know. Oh, you're going to start. I don't mind starting another. You ask me a question, I start to answer it.
Tony, it was an aside.
Right. So I find there's stuff about prostitution not being understood there. There really is a lot of stuff about prostitution.
Of a 12-year-old girl.
Yes, of course. Right?
You use the word prostitution.
Yes.
11, 12, 13.
Oh God! Now this is what it's about, right? Because that movement, what Tommy Robinson is a part of, and it's using that one section of that argument around Muslims and grooming young women, which clearly is going girls,
children,
of course,
children,
girls,
not women.
Oh man, okay, so I beg
Your words show you.
Your words.
Show you up.
They're not
really
women.
do.
No,
prostitution.
No,
they're
all right,
women.
no, sorry.
They're children who've been raped, and you're bringing up the words prostitution.
Let's
and
not
women.
go there. Let's
they're
not.
not children that have been
No,
raped.
I don't want to go into the detail.
We're
of
only
the
talking about how I'm right wing. You chose to take it off another.
Right. What I'm seeing.
To the point of why you're right
What
wing.
I see when I hear the way Tommy Robinson argues about grooming gangs, Muslim grooming gangs, which is factual, yes. But what I hear when I listen to it, I'm listening to people that are not quite adults, that have not really don't understand anything about prostitution, don't understand.
Okay, you said prostitution again. So
Yes, I know, because how does?
women, yes.
But most women in prostitution end up start off as young girls, right? That's how it starts,
I'm
right?
not sure whether.
No, I'm not sure it's not good enough.
Well, where's your evidence?
I
to
know.
suggest
Well,
that?
because I've done a lot of research on it. I've worked with. No, I've worked with lots of journalists who are investigative journalists who are coming from any which way.
I think you're talking about street prostitution.
No, well, whatever you.
All the other
Okay, the last thing I want to do is to have an argument about this.
I thought we were discussing why Steve is right.
I know,
Can we stick with that?
but I see, when I hear that, when I hear those arguments that I find rather adolescent arguments, the sort of argument. Sorry.
What example is it childish to talk
an
about
adolescent.
children?
There's a whole
across the country. Can you highlight what you mean?
It's clearly going on, man. There's
I'm just
absolutely
wondering
no doubt.
I suggest you would have denied that 10 years ago. You would have denied that it's going on 10 years ago. Probably 5 years ago, to be honest.
I think what
the entire country denied that it was going on.
No.
They were.
Not at all. You've got me down as some lefty. You really
well, you're generalising me without any backup. So maybe I can do the same.
What's my objection? Look, my argument is.
So you've got to work out who's using the agenda.
I really want to talk
right.
Because it's impossible.
This discussion is important.
So everyone knows the grooming's going on, but I'm trying to work out.
Look, really, I don't want to talk about grooming. I'm
more interested.
Listen, I'm quite happy. I haven't.
Get onto it,
calm down. I've been here since 11 o'clock this morning, and I didn't go to sleep last night, so I could get here at 11 o'clock. But I'm quite prepared. Maybe I'm not. I'm quite prepared to talk about grooming gangs and prostitution and all that a little bit later. What I want to talk about now is I hear very immature arguments as well about all sorts of things coming from Tommy Robinson, the EDL, and that sort of right-wing thing.
Do immature arguments about the subject of sex grooming make one right-wing?
Yes, I'll explain later. It's a very big subject, right? And it's got to do with
because my view is you're picking one little narrow perspective I have on one. You're picking one view I have on one narrow perspective and brandishing my entire political
No, you brought it back there, and I was just taking
broadening it.
No, I was broadening it out, and you took it back in. Right. So there's a whole lot of arguments about empire and about Britain's role in the world, right? Which sees somehow as that we haven't been doing anything wrong we as a, not me personally or you personally, but
women getting raped.
Hang on. No, I was actually trying to bring this to. I was trying to have an argument. This is really all I said when I was over there. I said I'll have that argument with you, Stephen, and I don't mind.
Steve, only my mother calls me Steve.
All right, Steve. I don't know you that well, actually. Right, you did call me Anthony, but let's not go back. Right, Steve. I said I want to have I want to sort this out with you, and you're asking why are you right wing? I've known you here for a long time, and you've often taken not extreme opinions at all, really, but you've taken very different opinions to me on most subjects. I think so, yes. Yeah. But yeah, well, I'm done. So let's. No, I'm not going to talk about. I'm happy. I've already said I'm happy to spend an hour later. Okay. But I really got to sort myself out because I was here at 11 o'clock this morning and I haven't slept.
But you're making statements and we're not answering.
I know. I'm trying to talk about views on. Okay.
Can I have a chance to talk?
Views on empire.
Can I have a chance?
Views on Britain's role in the world.
I don't know. Have I ever talked about empire?
Yes, but it's there. It's informing what you're saying. It's informing certainly what EDL, Robinson, right-wing, most conservatives.
All you're doing is quoting other people rather than me.
Well, when I see those people, right, with their extremist minders who scared the shit out of me, right, which I was supposed to be scared of. Let's face it, right? But you were facing me, right? I was facing you. You were facing me.
I think you were the only person listening.
What you saw was a load of Muslims behind me, all shut, and some of them were out of order. Some of them were cheering on. We'll all be living in Sharia law in 10 years' time. So I know that. Don't worry.
Did you hear them comments?
No.
Did you hear them comments?
I can imagine, yes. I can. Listen.
Did you hear them? You said you're standing.
Oh, well, I heard worse than that. I heard worse.
Right across.
Yes.
From
I want to talk to him, please.
Well, we could have done this privately.
But you're not saying anything.
But I'm saying you. I cannot separate you from those people who when I said who are you supporting? look who you're keeping company with. I was talking about people who are looking for a fight. I know what it's like to look for a fight. I've been on the fringes of class war. I've been on the fringes of all sorts of. I've had people I've thrown out of my fucking game, right? Because they ended up, fighting each other, and I see one of my actors was fucking beaten up by a guy who used to stand by my side every week here at Speaker's Corner, and was an ex-squaddie, right? And who's got all sorts of things wrong with him. I had to sever my association with him because he beat up Sir Gideon Vane, who's a very provocative performance artist, right? Come here. I don't want to be part of that argument, right? So I know when people are doing. I've hung out with people who've gone out looking for a fight. Ian Bone is appalling, man.
Yes, I completely agree.
He calls me a friend. I've been a friend of him. I've known him. I know things about Ian Bone which will explain so much, right? But I know about him, right? I know the people behind. I know his minders. I know the fucking. They are bad news. They have done anarchism and anarchy no good whatsoever. I have stood up in their meetings and been threatened and thrown out. Right?
And your view is that the equivalent on the right are these people.
So clear. Background, even the backgrounds are the same. Often soldiers who have got PSD. I was standing there with Adam. Do you know Adam? You must know Adam. Adam is an ex-soldier who's one of my lot, who's an anarchist, right? Tall, slim guy, but he knows all those guys. He was talking to them. I said, Adam, do you know who they are? He said, yeah, they're not. And he wasn't sure. I said, well, they're poison, right? And then he watched and he went, oh, right. So that he may be here. He comes here once every month, right? But he's an ex-soldier and went into PTSD. What was it? PTSD, right? He went into helping people with PTSD, right? So he knows about those people. He knows how badly they want to fight. You, honestly, let me tell you, you had some in your group, right? Okay, look, let's be friends again. You had some very, very difficult, awkward, nasty people, and they were defending you, right? And when I saw it, you'd asked me to be in a film when I said that Tommy Robinson, since Tommy Robinson had been here, there had been a lot of interesting things happening, and there were, I hadn't seen the misogynists in the up here before. In the numbers they were up here, all that fucking bunch of lunatics with a flat earth society, or some of these other nutcases, right? They've all come out of the woodwork because of all these Flag of St George and sort of oddballs.
The spotlight has been put on Speaker's Corner. Yeah, you view that as good, the fact that it's attractive.
I love
vegans, flat earthers. We need more people.
Look at the vegan guy. The vegan guy has now got some guy that accuses people. He's got the controversy thing going. He accuses. I don't understand go there, right? But seriously, there are extremes, and they're around now, and they're coming up here regularly. And you start to talk. I speak here every week. John and I and half a dozen other people were here a couple of 3 weeks ago, and some bloke started. Said so. What's wrong with England? And I went, oh. And then suddenly John gets called a paedophile Marxist scumbag. And he's none of those things. And I thought, oh, that's where you go in a discussion once your argument has been questioned, and or you go pardon, or you look as if you disagree. Suddenly you're a paedophile Marxist scumbag, and that's not an argument. That's I want to fight. I've run out of ideas. Now can we have a fight? Because I'm good at that, right? And the police have got hold of that now. The police are coming down here knowing that's going on because I've been talking to the police.
So do you think all those people that you're describing in the way that you're describing it, are you saying, do you believe that they're coming here solely because they think, oh, there's a place over there in Hyde Park for a fight?
You've heard about
they're here solely
you've heard all
for
the stuff
fighting.
about Steve Bannon's money going into the EDL, and then you've heard all about this, haven't you?
Steve Bannon, Middle East Forum.
Yeah, I don't know. There's
But
money.
that's another subject.
But there's-
You're
but there's
saying
money.
that people are coming here
But I've
solely
been
for the
arguing
purpose of
about-
physical fighting, physically fighting. No other reason.
No, well, they're
Could they be doing that outside Millwall, outside Chelsea? Why are they coming here for that? There's a lot of police there, mate.
Exactly. I mean, they're going, well, exactly. You know, they're not coming here because Speaker's Corner's got out of hand. They're following.
Really? You see,
they're following known criminals, who are associated with.
The only bit I will give you, I think the entity, the group, was here as a reaction to the violence from the Muslims, trying to intimidate people and to control the narrative here at Speaker's Corner. But yes, I will give you that there will be one or two people on the edges of that do have more of a I want a physical fight.
Who are you?
It's MistaRax. He does YouTube. It's fine.
All right.
So yes, that you will always get, whether it's the Muslims, whether it's whoever.
Well, listen,
and you know this. You always get one or two thugs on the
I don't know how
extremes
much
who do
you
want
know.
to fight.
You tell me things I don't know. You do know that the police have managed to throw out all the child abuse. Don't you?
Bilal and Suleiman. They weren't here last week. They were here the week before. I don't know. Have they now been banned? I know Ricardo McFarlane has been put on the
I don't know their
restraining order.
names.
So I know one of them has, and I know Andrew Chowdhury's one of his conditions is not to come here. So apart from those two, I still see others still coming here.